Before I quit drinking, there were a lot of things I couldn't imagine when it came to sobriety. So I could not picture myself coming home from work after a stressful day and having a cup of tea instead of wine. I mean, that seemed impossible to me. I could not imagine going to a party and actually having fun without drinking. I could not imagine going on holiday or traveling or not drinking on the plane. I had this great long list of things that I just could not imagine. And actually, that is what stopped me from quitting for a long time because there were all these things that I just couldn't picture. And therefore, I was convinced I couldn't do. They just seemed impossible to me. So I would tell myself, well, what is the point in even trying to quit if I'm going to fail as soon as XYZ happens? Now I've been alcohol free for 12 years. And what's funny is that nowadays, the thing I can't imagine is drinking. I can't imagine having a really stressful day and then making everything worse by drinking something that's going to make me feel terrible the next day. I cannot imagine drinking so much on a Friday night that my Saturday is a complete write off and I'm still beating myself up on Sunday. Even though I actually used to do that all the time, but now I can't imagine it. I can't picture myself going to a party and feeling like I need to drink because I know I don't need alcohol to socialize or spend time with people that I like. I can't imagine going on holiday and drinking at the pool bar and wasting a lot of the trip, feeling hungover and obsessing over where my next drink is and coming back more tired than when I set off. I get so many emails from people who cannot imagine life sober. They can't picture it. And because they can't imagine it, they, like me, like I was, they think they won't be able to do it. And I totally get that, obviously. That's exactly where I was. But the problem is, what I've realised is that if you wait until you can picture it all really clearly, that day might never come. You might be waiting for forever. So, what if we look for a way in which you could take action comfortably without being able to picture all this stuff and without having it all figured out? What if you could find a way to move forward anyway? Because that is possible, and I've got 3 quick tips for you. First of all, have a think about all the things in your life that at some point you couldn't imagine doing or not doing. So perhaps at one point you couldn't imagine being in the role that you're in now. Maybe that's as a mum or a grandma or a position at work, or maybe you completely switch careers. Maybe you're a runner or a yogi now, and at one point you'd have just laughed to imagine that. Maybe you've lost loads of weight, and there was a time when you really just could not imagine yourself in a thinner body. I suspect when you put your mind to this, you'll see that your life is full of things that at one point or another seemed unthinkable, but you took action and now you take them for granted. Notice that, because if that has happened in one area, why wouldn't it happen here as well? My second tip is to seek out women who have already quit drinking. Find people who are already doing this thing that feels so weird and hard to imagine. Go and find out what their lives are like and use that as inspiration and knowledge and a certainty that you can do this too. If you're watching this on my website, go to the success stories page after you finish watching this, because on there you'll find a ton of interviews that I've done with women who've been exactly where you are and were also uncertain, and they've made this change happen. Listen to the details that they share. Look for the things that you have in common. See yourself in their lives and remind yourself that if they can do this, that is great, because that is even more evidence that change is possible and you can do it too. My third tip is to go and collect some data without thinking too much about the future. So this is the taking action part of it all. Because truthfully, you will be able to imagine so much more if you just go and do some stuff. Why not go and collect some data about alcohol-free living just as an experiment, like a scientist, right? You are not committing to anything long term. You are literally just collecting experiences and information. It's the doing part of this and taking action that will really help to shift your beliefs around what is possible. Like often the reason that sobriety feels so heavy is because we think we're making this kind of lifetime decision, but you're really not. You are not getting into a contract here. I know you have such low expectations of sobriety right now, so that's why you don't have to sign anything. You've just got to get started. And what if you did that and then discovered it was way better than you thought? And it changed everything because you just allowed yourself to give it a proper chance. And then you could start to imagine a life without alcohol holding you back. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. I'm Kate B. Wherever you're watching this, just scroll down and leave me a comment. Let me know if this resonates with you and if this inspires you to take a small step in the right direction. Even though you haven't got it all figured out yet and there's so much you can't imagine, know that it's okay and know that it will get better if you take that bit of action and move forward. I know you can do this.